So over the weekend, Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast and political streamer Vaush got into some major beef that I covered in depth in my last video. But for those of you who need a quick reminder, Dapper Bear here tweets out exactly what Vaush got called out for by H3 when he says, "Everything about this Vaush situation is so funny. Gets caught with lolly/bestiality porn. Sorts it next to his taxes. Some of the art is AI generated. Attempts to defend himself by correlating the very visible children to short stack goblins, and his fan base defends it all." And we'll get into all of that with all of the new tweets. But first, I'm proud to announce that we are once again sponsored by Raycon Everyday Earbuds. I love these things. I've been using them for years. With their optimized gel tips for perfect in-ear fit, they never fall out, are extremely comfortable. I've never had any issues with them in terms of uncomfortability. The sound quality is great, and it's just a super convenient thing to have, with them being so easy to take around, connect to any Bluetooth device, and just listen to something real quick. Or even for a long time, as Raycon Everyday Earbuds have 8 hours of playtime with a 32-hour battery life. Super convenient thing to have, and it also works well with my type of YouTube videos, as I've designed most of them to be listened to as well as being able to be watched. So if you want to catch up on a bunch of Twitter drama through my channel, Raycon Everyday Earbuds is one of the best ways to do that. And by clicking the link in the description box or going to buyraycon.com/boblax, you can get 15% off your Raycon purchase, plus free shipping. Valentine's Day is also coming up, so this might be a perfect opportunity to give a quick, practical, and cool gift to your loved one. Again, if you want to check them out, go to buyraycon.com/boblax to get 15% off, or click the link in the description. Thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video, but for now, let's get back to the tweets. Lunar responds to Dapper Bear by saying, "I am not shocked by this whole thing. It's another skeletons in the closet situation, lol." Dapper Bear responds, "Oh, for sure. I'm just enjoying it's happening to the guy that thinks he's morally/intellectually superior to everyone else." The Ebony Maw says, "Aw man, Ethan Klein has come back into the spotlight again? That sucks. Oh, it's because he's trashing on Vaush, Keffels, and Tipster? I'm fine with this." Rune Kolos responds, "I'm down for seeing him join the clowning, but that doesn't mean I like him suddenly." Destiny shows Vaush's Discord reaction to Ethan's stream on him that we covered in the last video, and captions it by saying, "Man, seems like it would be nice right now to have other large content creator friends. Too bad he's a backstabbing childish piece of shit and has absolutely no friends in the streaming community. Crazy how that works. Enjoy your lolicon, horse fucker." Alexander Duke says, "I will never for the life of me understand why people stream on their personal computer." Destiny also says, "Oh my god, I finally saw the leaks. Not the lolicon horse porn. Oh no, why? I was just joking when I said it. What the fuck?" Zenith says, "Genuine question because I know a considerable amount of people do it. Why do y'all save porn on your devices? Is looking it up online really that inconvenient?" Sasquatch says, "Meanwhile, Vaush thinks this is all some kind of joke," showing a screenshot of Vaush's response stream to H3, where he has a picture of himself as a horse in the thumbnail. Demigloom quote tweets Destiny and says, "You told grooming victims to stop whining and were friends with Mr. Girl, an open pedophile who defended CP. Yet you were pretending to be outraged that one image in Vaush's porn folder had a random adult-looking anime girl that, unbeknownst to him, turned out to be canonically 16. I was with this guy at the first half of the tweet. The second half, I don't know. I'm willing to omit the first half because of how bad the second half is, like in terms of agreeing with this tweet, because what the fuck? Okay. Destiny responds by saying, "Well, at least Mr. Girl's grooming and CP stuff didn't involve horses. Come on, have standards at least." Keemstar tweets out, "Cartoon child porn crew. Vaush, Keffels, Tipster. Pass it on. Context. Vaush got caught with cartoon CP. Tipster and Keffels got caught defending Vaush." Sensitive Society responds to Keem by saying, "All look like they smell absolutely horrible." Pipkin Pippa says, "Vaush having porn of Masuri and calling her a goblin was not even within the realm of possibility of being thought of on my 2024 bingo card." Pippa then shows a gif of the character she mentioned and says, "Festival." She then shows this picture of girls next to horses and says, "I want to play Star Stable online with him." Rock Solid says, "The cope on that man is insane." Respect Elves responds to Pippa by saying, "You know he probably has porn of you as well. Enjoy." Turkey Tom says, "Vaush accidentally opening his degenerate freak porn folder live was in fact on my 2024 bingo card." Irrational Chad responds, "I imagine yours looks worse." Dadbod Society says, "I accidentally opened his freak cranium with my 200-pound axe." Dan Sand shows this clip and says, "Opening any folder in Vaush computer."
Leave me alone! Ah!
Akira!
Ah!
But everybody on Twitter wasn't going against Vaush, surprisingly. The YouTube commentator Jalen defends Vaush by showing this clip and sarcastically captioning it, "Vaush defended CP."
The vegan gains debate, that's a solid F. Not only did I not make my arguments well, at one point I made my anti-child pornography argument so poorly that it got clipped out of context and people are using it as an argument that I support child pornography.
My basic argument is that, like,
Why is child pornography
bad?
Because to produce it, you have to hurt children.
Because it hurts people to produce it, yeah?
Producing child porn requires harming a child. The argument I'm making is that it frustrates me that liberals recognize child pornography as bad. Great, nice, well done. But then they're really, really defensive of, like, global commodity production chains that involve child slave labor. Like, they'll talk that off, like, really, really, really readily, you know? Like, oh, well, there's no other choice. Oh, well, we don't have to care about that. Oh, yeah, dude, like, cobalt that's mined up is done by a child slave. But, you know, like, whatever, that's just how the economy goes.
Oh, dude, whatever. Like, we make computers. They look sick, bro. Like, don't think about it.
So that was the argument that I was making originally.
I don't know. Me personally, I would have tried to find another example.
Me too. Hey, me too, buddy.
Holy shit.
Water Priestess responds, "This is literally Vaush defending CP. That doesn't hurt kids, lol." Dumb PT Barnum says, "Yeah, he got caught having CP." I respond by saying, "Doesn't matter if he defended it or not. He was still caught with lolly downloaded on his computer." EDP445 also said CP is bad before. Punish Jake 2 responds to Jalen by saying, "He's been asked to explain that single 10-second out of context clip to so many people so many times, and no matter how many times he re-explains it, no one listens to him, and the clip continues to circulate. Even people I know who loathe Vaush understand the argument he was making." Bjorn responds, "I hate Vaush and fully understand the argument he was making." Then Punish Jake responds, "Because you are not 10 years old." Nicholas Diorio responds to Punish Jake by saying, "All of you people are degenerate liars. Literally anyone who watched the H3 After Dark stream would have seen Ethan and crew endlessly clarify what Vaush was trying to say. Everyone who watched it is making statements fully understanding Vaush's intended argument." Jalen continues to defend Vaush on the timeline when she says, "If the porn Vaush had in his folder was CP, then people wouldn't be posting it everywhere, and Ethan Klein wouldn't have felt comfortable looking at it on his podcast." Robin responds by saying, "The guy had lolly hentai in his folder." Jalen responds, "Dude, your profile picture is as much lolly as the one image Vaush had in his folder." All of Oath says, "The fact you defend Vaush on this, but go absolutely deranged dog hard against others with little info if you've decided they are worthy of the label, is really telling that you don't actually have serious convictions." Jalen responds, "Little info? You mean like Cassandra, a self-admitted pedo who's posted CP on her account, is a Nazi? Or the lolicons in my mentions actively justifying and defending lolicon? Vaush has done nothing comparable. He just downloaded an image he didn't know was lolly. I don't know how you can download something that looks like a kid naked and not know that it's a kid naked, but okay." Mouth the Infidel says, "It was CP. The artist who made it is a CP artist. He tagged the art in question as lolly. The females in the art are manifestly children." Now, despite Keffels deleting all of her tweets defending Vaush in the last video, she has come out with a new tweet defending Vaush, where she shows a payment of $100,000 from Psychological Operations Division and sarcastically comments on it by saying, "I just called Vaush a terrible person and immediately received this email. I'm gonna use my PSYOP money to form the reverse CIA. Instead of distributing crack to the inner city neighborhoods, I am going to make the streets clean by buying it all and smoking it myself." Tipster then quote tweets in solidarity with Clara by saying, "Vaush bad. Vaush bad! Vaush bad!" So, as Tipster continues to make a fool of himself, Nicholas Diorio comments on it by saying, "Now that Tipster has gotten himself into an identical drama for the second year in a row, even after running away to a completely different community of content creators, can we now admit Augie, Boblax, and myself are not to blame, just for the history books? Can we all admit there was nothing we could have done to salvage this situation, and he's better off as someone else's problem?" Mike the Bike responds by saying, "You don't understand, Nick. He left the community so he wouldn't get caught in drama anymore. Now he is only coincidentally caught in drama." Nick then continues his thread by saying, "Bonus meme," and shows a new response that H3 has made to the Tipster tweet that we covered in part 1, where Tipster said that Ethan is losing his mind for going after Vaush, and that after all the good takes he's had over the past year, he expected better from him. And then Ethan responds by saying, "After all the good takes, you had to do this. Condemn lolly porn! We must draw the line somewhere. Ethan has also made some more Instagram story posts about this since my last video. Here he shows a post on H3 subreddit from American Flag Boy that says, I am telling Ethan right now with all peace and love, do not debate Vaush. Trust me, there is nothing to be gained. These accusations have been around forever, and this man is not a serious person. Debating him will only give him credibility, even if it is just a small amount. By all means, mock him all you want, but I can promise you this. If you platform this man, he will not come to you in good faith, and he and his fans will not go away quietly. Please, Ethan, do yourself a favor and cut him off now. Ethan responds by saying, you don't have to worry, because I already invited him on and he said no. He doesn't trust me to be good faith and not lie about him. Isn't that the whole point of debate? To directly oppose my positions? He responded by inviting me to call onto his show, which I immediately accepted, and he changed his mind on that too. Ethan then shows another Reddit comment. It's hard to see who it is because Ethan's username overlaps the Redditor's username, but regardless they say, wait, so Ethan accepted being on Vaush's show, and then Vaush said, actually no. I rescind my original invitation? Ethan responds, yes. 1. I offered him to be on our show. He said no because he will lie about me. 2. Then he said you can come on my show if you want to talk about it. He claims I'm doing this for views, and that our live from Friday had huge numbers. In actuality, we had very typical amount of viewers. 3. I immediately accepted, asking him what's the difference. A question he did not answer. 4. He said he won't ever believe that I'm not knowingly lying about him, and rescinded his offer. I am more than happy to share our DM conversation if he is okay with it. Ethan also posts this meme from Vaush's community on his Instagram story and captions it by saying, another banger from Vaush's community, from hereforth known as the Lollipops. He then shows a variation on the Know the Work Rules meme, where it shows Ethan saying, you are a pedophile if you say CP and child labor are both bad. Don't look up my clothing brand. And then the girl responding, aw, so sweet. And then Vaush coming and saying, CP and child labor are both bad. And the girl saying, hello, human resources! Ethan then shows this message from Vaush's Discord where he says, there will be no debate. All of this has been discussed before at length. I talked to Ethan in DMs, and he came across insanely snakish, like a cartoon. Literally any direct engagement with him or anyone else right now will be interpreted disingenuously, like I'm digging myself in deeper no matter what I say. The streams will continue, the politics will continue, and like every other wave of disingenuous drama, the truth will be apparent to people who chill out for a second and consume literally any of my content. Ethan then comments on this by saying, Vaush is begging me to release the DMs if he's gonna call me snaky. Ethan then shows some comments from Vaush's subreddit, where one person says, Vaush should legitimately sue Ethan for slander. Another person then responds, as nice as the thought would be, I doubt there's enough of a case currently. We'll see how the next few weeks unfold though. And then the other person responds, no, there is. The amount of slander and false accusations are more than enough for a solid lawsuit. Ethan then comments on this by saying, I'm begging you. I'll crowdfund for you to sue me. Let's do it. It's my fave. Referencing the fact that he's won multiple lawsuits against content creators in the past. He then follows up by saying, let's do a round of discovery on that hard drive, friend. Ethan then shows another post from Vaush's subreddit that says, meanwhile at the H3 studio, showing a picture of Ethan's producer Dan talking to Ethan with an anti-horse flag in the background and saying, very wise, my liege. And while you're at it, call that one a pedo too. And that one. And that one. We have some more Discord messages from Vaush in regards to this where he says, maybe this is just a difference in perspective, but if I was in his shoes and genuinely thought I was trying to get a pedo onto my stream to tear into him, I wouldn't act like he did it at all. All soft and cooing, and non-accusative. It's just content. It's like Keemstar, really. When I pointed out the fact that if he was interested in my opinion or context on any of these accusations, he probably would have reached out to me before doing a surprise 2-hour hit piece. He said that, us having had some conversations before doesn't mean you are owed that, only after making it clear I wasn't going to talk to his disingenuous ass. His final DM to me was the standard, oh bro, get help bro, you're sick actually, proving yet again that this is his, ooh woo, what do you mean was bad faith, please come on for more content please. Act was completely transparent, and as soon as he knows he's not getting his content, he returns to the standard retarded low IQ bad faith smear shit. I rescinded the invitation for Ethan to talk on my stream, because after doing a completely unprompted, vile, dishonest character assassination for 2 hours, he was playing dumb in DMs, saying he was surprised I thought he acted in bad faith, and wanted me on his stream to provide my opinion. If he cared about my opinion, he wouldn't have reached out before the character assassination. what? Then I checked his Insta story, and while he was doing his innocent routine in DMs, he was calling everyone defending me a pedo, photoshopping pictures of me in a jacket that said pedo, shit like that. Absolutely dishonest snake. Not an ounce of desire for the truth in that guy. Nicholas Diorio tweets out this message from Vaush and says, "What a fucking snake, laughing my ass off." Chris the Narc responds, "Gotta hide in that hug box, what a loser." Gracie says, "If he didn't want to be called a pedo, he shouldn't have been a lolicon." Keemstar reacts to this message from Vaush by saying, "Vaush is claiming H3H3 did character assassination? How? Did Vaush get caught with cartoon CP? Yes! Did Vaush admit he was caught? Yes! Did Vaush make multiple public statements about wanting horsecock? Yes! The only one doing character assassination is Vaush himself." Tyler Jordan responds, "Keem defending H3H3? Nah, this is the real endgame." Nicholas Diorio says, "As it turns out, being a degenerate sex-obsessed pervert in public Discord chat rooms can lead to negative online interactions. Don't be surprised the usual terminally online suspects are waving this stuff off as normal. They do it too." Smaggle responds, "Is this about Vaush?" And then Nick responds, 99% of his life problems would have been solved by not looking for e-sex in Destiny's political Discord server in 2017. And speaking of Nick talking about the usual suspects defending Vaush, one of those usual suspects is of course Tipster, who recently did a live stream spending multiple hours defending Vaush for having child porn on his computer. This stream got so bad that it was being clipped everywhere on Twitter, and Keemstar is even calling for Tipster's arrest. And we will get into all of the Twitter reactions to Tipster defending Vaush in the next video. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe with notifications on. As for the Tipster stream itself, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to react to it for the first time live with all of you guys later tonight on my streaming channel, Mayo Monkey. So if you don't want to miss that, sub to that channel with notifications on, or click the end card on screen right now to go directly to the watch page for the stream. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you either on that live stream or in another video.